So, words going around about inward facing cameras and the problems that people are having about them. Also, could the majors, the big mega carriers, be laying off people due to this freight shortage or these tariffs? Also, do I miss OTR driving? Would I go back? I will tell you guys what I love and what I hate about it. Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to The Run. I'm Thomas. Thank you guys for joining in once again. I greatly appreciate it. To all my subscribers, all my followers, everybody that comments, thank you guys. And if this is your first time here, welcome. Thank you. I'll take my shades off real quick and I'm going to put them back on because it's bright out here. All right, so let's get into the topic. Now, I recorded this earlier in the truck, but I didn't have my mics on, and you guys know how I like my sound being. So I'm going to try to talk about this kind of quick just because I know it's hot outside and I don't want to cook my phone too much. So maybe I'll just hold it right here. So inward facing cameras. So a Prime driver, actually Prime, they made this big news actually not too long ago that they were going to do inward facing cameras. Well, now some drivers are complaining that the inward facing cameras are actually on after shutdown. So what's supposed to happen is about 5 to 10 minutes, I think maybe 15 minutes after shutdown, the camera stays on. Now, the inside and outside. Now, this is because, you want to catch something in case somebody hits the truck or anything that happens. But what they're saying is that once it shuts down, sometime in the middle of the night or at random points, the green lights will cut on and it'll start recording. Now, I don't mind the outward. They can keep the outward facing camera on all night if they want to be honest, because if somebody hits my truck or somebody breaks something, I want it to be recorded. So that part's not, it's not an issue. But on the other hand, that inward facing camera, if you're doing your post trip, which I'm just looking at y'all, if y'all do y'all post trip, it should take you about 5 minutes to just walk around the truck, check everything, make sure everything is good. Maybe a little less than 5 minutes. That's if you're doing a proper post trip, which we all know. We all do proper post trips. So when you're doing your post trip, its only thing it's recording is the inside of the cab. Maybe you're shutting something down. Maybe you're filling out some paperwork or whatever. That's fine. But what if it cuts on and, you're sleeping now, somebody's watching you sleep? Me personally, I told y'all this was probably going to happen. Some drivers already told you guys this was going to happen. If it was me, listen, if you are married or you ride with your girlfriend or your boyfriend or whatever, let them catch you busting it down for the bust down for the real one. That's all I'm saying. Let them catch you since they want to look. Hey, play some corn if you want to. Let them look. Do some weird stuff. Let them look. Let them call you in and tell you, hey, we don't know what's going on in your truck, but we need you to stop it. That's the only way that they're going to admit it. But if you want to do the less extreme version of it, put some tape over it when you're asleep. When you're in your truck, cover that bitch. Excuse my language, but cover it because they're not going to change it. Swift also is using the same company that Prime is using, but Swift is saying that, oh, it's going to come with a cap and then you can cover it. Eventually, they're going to stop saying that because some dummy is going to get into an accident and they're not going to figure out why. And they're going to be like, well, if we could see inside the cab, then, maybe we could, sorry, I had to open my door. It was getting hot. Maybe we could figure out why. So, me personally, when you're parked, cover it. Now, if there's a policy, remember, us local guys, we're used to inward facing cameras. So, it's really not that different. So, it catches us with now seat belts are being recorded, picking up handheld devices recorded. So we're used to it. You over the road guys, I would just cover it when you're parked. Now, if your company has an issue with it covering while you're driving, don't tempt fate like that. I want you guys to keep your job. So there's that. Secondly, I seen somewhere, Schneider was actually on the news about possibly there could be some layoffs coming because if the tariffs rise, people aren't ordering stuff, capacity starts to fall a little bit more, the drivers are going to be let go. Now, at least since I've been driving, and I haven't been on the road very long, but since I've been driving, I haven't seen any drivers get laid off. me personally, I think it's a cyclical industry. There's 5 people leaving every day. There's 5 people joining every day, especially after the pandemic and people getting their CDLs and stuff like that. But if that is the case, make sure you're prepared, because this layoff could happen anywhere. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they're just they're just putting that out in the ether, and it's going to scare people and all this other stuff. I don't think it's going to happen. I believe they'll short you your pay before they let you go, because they still need people to run that cheap ass freight, and they still need that equipment paid for. So if you're leasing or stuff like that, I know you're suffering out here, but if you're hearing that, I wouldn't worry about it too much, but just be prepared, stack your money, and be prepared to, cut the strings and dip. I still get emails from Swift telling me, hey, we want you back. We want you back. No, I'm not going back yet. I'm not saying that I will never, never say never. And Swift didn't do anything bad to me, but just keep everything in line. Keep your emergency fund going. And these companies don't care about you. You're a number to them at the end of the day, and they will let you go at the drop of a hat. Look at what happened to Pepsi in Chicago and Dayton, Ohio. They let them people go 6 months before their retirement. It could happen. So in this industry, there's ebbs and flows. Right now, we're down right now, and eventually it'll come back up. We'll see what happens with this new administration and if things actually pan out like they say they're going to pan out. Now, for the last thing I want to talk about, and again, I'm kind of making this video kind of quick because it's hot out here and I don't know how much storage I have on my phone. But here's one thing. Actually, not one thing. Here's a few things. I'm an adventurer. I love to explore. So me being out on the open road, seeing different things, being in different places, spending time in a different state, seeing how different people act and cultures and things I would never see on a normal day. I love that. That's one thing I loved about being over the road. For example, I was in Northern California and I parked to sleep for the night. I couldn't make it to the pilot that's on top of, I think that's Mount Shasta or something like that, going towards Oregon. And I couldn't make it. There's a pilot up there and I couldn't make it. So I had to pull over. I pulled over in the trees. There was no real light pollution. I could hear the stream below me. In the morning, I got up and I just seen just trees, sun, trees, clean air. I loved it. Took a bunch of pictures. I wish I could post them up here, but you know how I am with that. But I love that. I love just seeing how the other states live. Like if I could go visit an airport every day of the week or different days, I would love that. Why? Because it's like you're the new kid on the block, even though you're in a city of like 100,000 people, 500,000 people, 60,000 people. You're just got that new feeling. Being in a truck stop is not cool all the time, but hey, it's fine for me. I know I got my TV, I got everything I need, but just the exploration of it all. Now, if you're just exploring at 65 miles an hour or 80 for those that aren't governed, you're not really exploring anything. You're not getting out and exploring. On your day off, on your reset, you should be getting out exploring wherever you're at. Now, what I don't like about it is the time away from home. I don't mind the time away from home, but at the same time, how could I maintain a stable relationship, whether it's personal or intimate, with anybody? Because I'm always gone trying to chase that money. And in some cases, I'm really working for minimum wage, thinking I'm doing something, but whatever. I've talked about that before. But you're gone so much, so is it worth it? And you might be stuck somewhere. The weather might be bad. You may not get home when you need to get home, and the truck may break down. You may not get no help for a couple hours. You can't run the truck. You're stuck and it's hot. There's a lot of things that can go wrong, and you're in the middle of nowhere, especially if you ain't with a good company that's gonna have your back when something goes wrong. Dealing with the DOT and scaling your truck back and forth and being stuck at a shipper for 8 hours, 9 hours because they're slow, because nobody's working. Those are the things I didn't love about it, because I'm just wasting time. I'm not making money. And I kind of let myself go. I didn't keep my health up, and it caused me some problems later. So will I go back? I'll never say never. Maybe one of these days, but right now I love my job right now. I love the consistency in pay. I'm home every night. You know, I could do things if I want to do things. So if you're planning to go out over the road, take it for what it's worth. Enjoy every minute of it until you get that experience, and you may want to leave. I know people that have left local jobs to go back over the road because they miss it. They miss that freedom. And you do have freedom, even though it's kind of like a false freedom, but you have freedom over the road. Nobody's telling you what to do. Handle your business. I have that now. Hey, here's your route. Go handle that business. But I like being at home. So anyway, runners, let me get up out of here. I'm going to go cool off. I got to be up at 2 in the morning for my Sunday shift. So I'll probably record another video tomorrow. But until then, people, I love y'all. Take care. Stay safe. Peace out.